Record. Okay, so we're recording. Good evening, everyone. This is a little intimate group for the evening. I'm sure people will be jumping on shortly. Hope my signal's okay. I'm hot spotting, so hopefully you're all picking up what I'm putting down. Oh, it's so nice to see everyone. It was funny that we had a skipped call last week just with UAA, but oof, what a juicy event that one was. I know you guys had a good catch up about that on the Monday night call this week. So I didn't want to go too deeply into that this week because there'll be a recording for that to be caught up on. But I'm pretty sure that everybody has gone away with just so much to take away from UAA. So many feels, so many heart moments, you know, just so much that's actually so difficult to even put into language. And that's just that energy that we get to meet people with. You know, that isn't something that even needs to be verbalized a lot of the time. And that's one of the most beautiful things. And I love Laura's like, yes, and all the feels. And it's all the feels, right? Hey, Nads. Hey, Amanda. Good to see you all. I was just literally saying about how it's so incredible how with all the things from UIA, there's just so much of what you feel and not so much often of what to say. So for all of you guys that came to your first ever UIA, now you're getting what we were how we were trying to desperately get you to UIA, but we couldn't tell you why. Now you know. That's your turn. You have to go do the same. But what I really wanted to just do first of all was congratulate all of you who came along to UIA Auckland, who had to, you know, really put a lot of life to the side to be there. And I'm sure that you have been congratulating yourselves for taking yourself on in this way, just with all the effects that you got, all the connections, the new friendships that you've made, the solidified friendships, the breakthroughs, the breakdowns that then had a breakthrough, you know, all of that came within that weekend. And it's quite a big, long, emotional weekend. And what comes from that now is just the next few weeks and months. It's about just what was that one or two things that you really felt that you just want to take into your life every single day. Whether that's energy, whether that's intention, whether there's this one thing that you've totally committed yourself to doing. It's just keeping that ball rolling long after that 6 to 12 hours post event, when that's all the effects have worn off, which is quite incredible that it was that short. I was like, what? But there is a practice that I wanted to take us on tonight, because it was something that I've recently been taught by a mentor of mine, and it was really powerful. And I thought, I've got to bring that to the call. I've got to bring that to the team, which is why if you really need to have pen and paper. I know, I'm sorry I didn't share that on the message earlier, but for those of you that haven't, grab a pen and paper, because there's going to be just some pauses for you to sit and write. And I'll wait for you guys to have all grabbed all of that before I start getting into anything. So no stress that you're going to miss anything. This is a real good, I really felt that this was a really great next step to do post a UIA event. Yay! Laura's got a notebook. Donna's got hers. See, Leland's like, you need a notebook. So Wyatt, Manya's got hers. Love it. I think Amanda's done the same. So good. Now, I took up 2 pages, as you'll see. So yeah, get yourself a nice fresh page. Now, what I got from doing this was some really strong I am statements that come out of this. So some real solidifying statements about what is possible, what you are, not what you're not. And I know we've spoken about this quite a few times. It's like we focus so much in the things, oh, I'm not good at this, or it's not my strength to do this. And we're like looking at that black dot on the wall, like what David drew, and not about everything else that's on the page. And so instead, I found that this practice, yes, it took me through that process of all the reasons and the things that I didn't feel accomplished at or great at, but it brings you to the I am statements. And the reason I want to take you through this exercise is because I don't know if anyone's read the post that I put up in, it was like in a reference to boxing in the Ignite page, but it is this time of year, it really is one of two decisions. It's all in, like hard out, all in, just really messaging, doing your 3x3x3 every day and just staying consistent, or it's a retraction and it's a wait till the new year, because we're going to get a lot more no's at this time of year. It's just how it is. But the people, and it just strengthens our language. It strengthens what we deliver and how we deliver it to people. You know, just from so much experience over the last few years of this time of year, that people think, oh no, I want to do it properly and leave it to January. Yet actually what that's leaving is actually stepping into a brand new year way further away than any goals that they'd initially set in January of 2018. So it really comes down to strengthening the muscle, just strengthening the muscle the whole time of what we're delivering, what we're gifting, what we're sharing. And if like a 9-day cleanse, e.g. an 11-day run through is something that somebody felt way more empowered into doing, then that's something we'll offer. You know, we're always going to continue to meet people where they're at. So I think by now you guys would have all grabbed your pens and papers. So what we're going to start with, hey Blair, what we're going to start with is I want you to write down how many people you've personally enrolled. Write down the number. You can go back and you can confirm in your back office, hey, see your face now. You can go and confirm your exact number in your back office after the call, but just write down what roughly you think your number is for now, because it's okay if it's not exact. Okay, now I want you to write a 0 at the end of that number. So now you should have a much larger number, right? A much larger number. You're all thinking you know what I'm going to say, but I'm not. What I'm going to say is I'm going to literally give you an entire 5 minutes. I want you each to individually write down all the reasons, the emotions, the legitimate reasons why you haven't yet enrolled that second number of people into your business already. So why haven't you enrolled 100 people? Or why haven't you enrolled? So while you're starting to write some of those reasons down, I'll share with you a couple of mine just to get the brain going. So things like, I don't know enough people. I can't meet that many people and enroll 10%. That's so overwhelming. That's so exhausting. That's way too many people to coach. I'm not a sponsor monster. I don't know how to mentor that many people. So these are some of the things that came up for me when it was, why haven't I enrolled 1,640 people? So just write down, even though I would love to have enrolled that many people, write down all of those things, and I'm just going to put a timer on to give yourself that time. You can see if you can get a good 10 to 15 minimum. All the things that come up for you when you look at that second number as to why haven't you enrolled that second number's worth of people yet? I can see for so many of you guys, it's just flowing out. Like the reasons right there. Some others, it might take a little bit of digging. That's all good as well. Got about another minute left. All right. So everybody got at least 5 reasons? Yeah, at least 5? Awesome. Does anybody feel compelled to share any of them before we move on?
I'll share.
Thanks, Donna.
I just put, well, and this is probably more lately for me, why I've been feeling like this. I haven't stayed consistent as I should. I've just lost a bit of my momentum. I haven't had enough time. I'm scared. I lose sight of my why, and I've lost a bit of my belief in myself and in my heart with it. But I know that I'll get it back. And after UIA, I have thought about things in such a different light, and I just need to get my shit together, really. Yeah.
Nice. Beautiful. Thank you. Awesome share. Take another one.
I'll share one that was quite confronting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to be that successful.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had that, and that was like, whoa. So it's like self-tall poppy syndrome. I start to do good, and I'm like, nope, chop off your own head.
Mm-hmm.
So that was weird.
Juicy. Love. Thanks for the juice. Yeah, Nikki, did you put your hand up, babe?
I didn't, but I can.
Oh, great. I saw the hand do something.
I was like leaning on my hand. What Donna said, I had pretty much everything Donna said as well, but I got up to about 9. So something that I came away with realizing after the action we got into at UIA, sending those messages out and making those calls, is I need to, obviously there's various areas I want to build skills in, but one of them was being confident in the reply that I immediately want to send someone when, people say different things when you reach out to them, and it's being confident in what you're going to respond or what tool you're going to send. That's something I think I doubt myself on a lot.
Yeah. So in that section there, just put I doubt myself.
Yeah.
I'm not confident. I'm not confident. Just put those in that space.
I put consistency as well, but I went more specifically into not consistently connecting, not consistently talking about Isagenix, and not consistently having events or running events.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Juicy. Thanks, girls. Great shares. So the next section of what we're going to do off the back of all of those excuses and reasons is we're going to own all of them. So now we're just going to take this middle section where we're just going to own it. So I just want you to write a paragraph, chapter, half a page worth, just get it out of you. Own all of that shit. Own it all. So write yourself this segment there where you just take ownership. They're all the reasons that we haven't enrolled that 10x number of enrollments. Now you get to own it. So you get to own why you haven't been consistent. You get to own why you've chopped your own head off as a tall poppy. You just get to say, I've chopped my own head off. I've been, tall poppying myself. I've put things like, I make up the excuse that I don't know enough people, whereas in fact I just haven't been out and met enough people. So just take the next few minutes to just write a paragraph there where you're owning it, completely own it, because that's all we can do with all of those things that have come up, is take full ownership of it. One of my other things was I've not self-discovered better ways to vision cast by watching more clips or reading more books. Or if one of my reasons was it's exhausting, but I've chosen not to get enough rest. I've chosen not to give enough Corin time. Just absolutely owning our shit. Awesome, guys. 1 more minute to go. what's really cool about this ownership part is that you're moving away from just having reasons into taking complete ownership. And that's really, really freeing. Awesome. I should have made a playlist for some in-between music I could sing. Put you all off. Right, is everyone happy with that? Taking ownership? Yeah? Love it. All right, next comes the real juicy part. And this is the part that's going to play a huge role in going through now for the next, just over the next quarter and into the new year. Just going to stop my timer. Cool. So this is the part where we flip reverse the excuses. We've taken ownership for it, but now we're going to flip it and we're going to start to make some powerful statements. Because with excuses, actually on the complete other side of that, of reasons and excuses, come new creation. How we see things, how we react, how we respond, and what we get to take into our future. So I want you to take one of your sentences from the reasons or excuses, and I want you to totally recreate it as an I am statement. Example, I don't know enough people was one of my reasons why I haven't enrolled 1,640 people. Let's put that into an I am. Instead, I am a strong connector with capabilities of making hundreds of new relationships. So take your reason or your excuse and totally recreate it into an I am statement. And again, I'm going to give another 4 or 5 minutes. So I reckon you could get through at least 5 to 8 of those and really make them real solid, that whenever you look at it, you remind yourself, yes, I am these things. Because one thing that we're certain of and that we know is that we are all able to create possibility, because none of you guys would be on this call if you didn't create a new possibility for your life. So we're going to now turn those reasons and excuses and put them into I am statements. If anybody wants any help with how to shift one of the reasons or excuses to an I am statement, just come off mute and we'll do that. But just start to really shift that and recreate it. Read out a couple more of mine as you're writing, if it triggers anyone. I am a powerful businesswoman. I am in huge momentum in my network marketing business. I am motivated and driven to get into action every day. I have a powerful money mindset. I am a professional in casting a vision and digging deep into a new customer's why, so that they choose a pack based on what they want. I am capable of learning. Just remember with these I am statements is to keep them in a space of optimism. So not things like I am not going to do something anymore. Totally empowering and optimistic and a new vision.
Can we do I have as well?
Yes.
As a positive.
Yeah, definitely. That's awesome. Everyone getting on okay with all of those? Yeah. Right, well, we're just up to 5 minutes. So what we'll do is if everybody's got at least 4 or 5 of them done or more, that's really awesome. And just keep going with them after the call. Just finish them all off. Switch all of those reasons and excuses into your I am statements. Just make sure you finish that off so they're not sitting there lingering and festering on the page. Flip them over into I am statements. Now, all of your I am statements are going to become these are the outcomes. All of these are outcomes. These are all results of you feeling achievement. So one thing what I want to focus on first and foremost, and it came up with both Donna and Nikki, but it's getting clarity around our why. Right, so we spent obviously time at David Wood. We got to have that really powerful visualization event. I put the link up in our group chat of the priming exercise with Tony Robbins. We got to have a really powerful visualization time to really focus on what did we see What did we see happening in our lives in a year from now? What did we see happening in our lives 5 years from now? What did we see right there and then in front of us as our current right now? These are all the things that are building blocks to our why. So to get clarity on our why, we just need to write down now, what are those things that come up for you? What is that? Just give yourself like 6 to 8 words. My why is, and just boom, just put it on heart center, what comes straight up for you. My why is, and just write that down. Just write that down. My why is, or it's my wish. My why, my wish. This is what I want to achieve. This is my mission for sharing Isagenix, to creating residual income. What is my wish for this mission of mine? What is my ultimate wish? Beautiful.
You know what? I'm really excited about my why.
Yes.
You know how I just needed to write that down. I actually needed to write that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a freaking powerful exercise.
Yeah.
It's really powerful. I love that. I can see you all getting extremely present. I can see it. It's shifting. It's really shifting. Love you guys. You always play all out. Absolutely love it. I love it. So powerful. You're amazing. All right. So you've got that. You've got your ultimate wish. You've got your ultimate wish. And now you've also got your outcome, your I am statement, how you're going to be feeling when that why is already you're working towards it, right? There is no top. There is no there. The whole thing is the journey. You know, there is no getting there, but it's having more of. It's being able to provide more for your life, their life, our life. Our why is always so powerful because it is the thing that has us take action when we don't want to take action. It has us get out of bed an hour early. It has us send those 3 messages minimum a day when we really don't want to fricking do it. You know, it has us commit. And that's why getting up and close and personal and present, whatever emotion comes from writing down that why again, it gets us into action. It keeps us in action. We're the CEOs of our business. What we do and what we don't do, everything is our responsibility. So having that presence to the why is so powerful. So now you've got your wish. I want you to pick one of your I am statements, and I want you to write beneath it the outcome of me in action is which I am statement. Which I am statement is that's you in action. So you've got your wish, which is your why, because we're focusing on your mission and your reason for doing it. And now how will you feel as that wish is fulfilled? Little pockets of that wish is becoming fulfilled. Which I am statement is your outcome? Might be a couple of them. There's no right or wrong answer that comes up in this. I'm sure for many of you, as those wishes and as though, aka your why, as you're starting to see those things, how you start to have more grace and ease flowing into your life because of the work that you've done, because of, you know, you've created a secondary income stream, you've got that extra core there for you, that is helping you have more time with your kids, if that's part of your why, if it's having more time with your partner, if it's being able to put money into a kitty to be able to see family, be able to get around the world, see more people, if this is all key parts of your why, part of your outcome is going to be definitely based around leadership and how you view yourself as a leader. It's definitely going to be part of how you enroll. It's definitely going to be part of how you create vision for people. So that's where these I am statements are solid. They're definitive. They are you. They are you in the future, and they are you now, which is why it's so, so powerful and important that we get that written down there right underneath. So you've got your wish, you've got how you're going to feel, or how you are going to feel every day as that wish is starting to become fulfilled. Because by you doing your 3x3x3, for example, every single day, that is you fulfilling on moving towards your why. So these I am statements are to be embodied and felt immediately, because you're taking daily actions towards your why. It all starts to piece together and puzzle together, right? It all starts to really connect. Now I want to throw a little curveball in there. I want you to next line down, I want you to write the obstacle. What is that thing? And it may be it was the reason or excuse you wrote at the beginning, but what is the obstacle? You hit this obstacle in the pursuit of your wish. What is it? What is that thing that just goes, it's right there? So powerful to have this present on paper in front of us. And so when you've got your obstacle, what comes up immediately is that what you hit this obstacle in the pursuit of your wish. What will you do when you hit that inner obstacle? I want you to write down a plan or an action or one or two things that you will be more conscious of doing the moment that you feel yourself get hit with that obstacle, instead of sitting in it and staying in it as we so naturally do, which is our brain, as David took us through, our brain wants us to stay safe. It wants us to stay small. It doesn't want us to grow and be that tall poppy, because, we know that those two tall poppies get chopped, and that's not safe. So what do we plan to do when we hit that inner obstacle? Is it that you want to initially state change? You want some loud music on, you're going to have an e-shot, and you're going to bust it up and jump around in the room. What is it? Is it going to be that you're going to go live in a Facebook page? Is it going to be like you're going to go live in the Ignite page? Guys, I'm checking in. My inner obstacle came up. This is what came up for me, but I'm letting it go. And then you're going to repeat your I am statement. Would something like that work for you? Do you have an accountability partner? Not someone you can call and tell all about your reasons and excuses, or someone that you can go, okay, I'm in my funk, I need to tell you my I am statement. What thing is it going to be for you, that plan that you're going to do when you hit and meet that inner obstacle? Dance, I love it. Such a powerful state change. Big time. Big time. Scrubbing off the negative energy and literally regenerating and moving your body is so powerful. So powerful. All right, so that's your doing. That's what you're going to do when that inner obstacle comes up. But next, what are you going to learn? See, what are you going to learn? What are you going to take on? What is something that you're not taking on right now that will give you that ability to learn and to develop? So commit to something. Commit to developing in this one area to support your plan, to support your wish. What is it? What is it? How are you going to strengthen that muscle? It may well be as simple as doing the 3x3x3 every day without fail. because this is a proven formula. And I'm saying the 3 by 3 by 3. I'm pretty certain everybody on this call knows, but for anybody watching the recording, that is 3 new conversations a day about Isagenix. That could just be your direct ask. 3 direct asks or 3 conversations about Isagenix. It's 3 follow-ups, and it's 3 pouring of love. 3, 3, 3 minimum. And this is a proven formula for success of 5 enrollments a month. 5 enrollments a month. That's freaking epic. Who wants 5 enrollments a month? I do. Everyone. Every single person. 3 by 3 by 3. So powerful. So
just a quick one. Just a quick one on that. Nicole Robertson said today at Super Sunday, that even if you just introduce one person to the business and say, hey, will you take a look at this? And you show them a tool, like it's not just, hey, I do Isagenix, it's showing them a tool, something tangible they can look at. If you just introduce one person a day, 6 days a week, not even 7, you get 1 day to scratch your ass, 6 days a week for 90 days, you are in the 1% of network marketers that make the most money globally. Like, how insane is that?
Pretty phenomenal. Brilliant. Brilliant. It really takes hearing that to realize actually what you're creating for yourself. I'd say one of the biggest things that I've really had to take on in network marketing, in this profession, being that this is the first time I've ever done network marketing, is actually really embracing and getting the power of sowing a seed and not seeing a tree the next morning. Like really, really getting that. When we really understand that, that's where that strengthening of that muscle, Laura's going to write that down. That's when the strengthening of that muscle, and the biggest muscle that we strengthen in network marketing is our brain. The more we stay consistent every single day, the fruits of that tree are just start to flourish. But it takes that consistency. It really, really does. So I love that you guys have now written down something that you're committed to developing. And now what I would love you to do, and this is just you personally, I'm not going to follow you up to do it because I've got to do it for myself. Everybody gets to take their own responsibility for doing it. But I really want you to reflect and review on this every month. Hit a reminder in your calendar. You only got to take yourself, however long you feel. I'm not even going to put a time on it, but review yourself every single month. Where are the areas that I'm staying consistent? If you want to do it weekly, do it weekly. Whatever you want to do, you're the CEO of your business. You get to choose, right? But what I'm really suggesting is that you review yourself and you keep checking in and you keep reviewing, so that the weeks and the weeks and the weeks don't just go by. We all know how quickly life moves. We don't need to just keep going on and on and on, day in, day out, day in, day out, day in, day out, and nothing changes. You get months on and you go, oh, still haven't hit what I wanted to hit, or I still haven't upped my cycles by 3 per week or 2 per week or 1 a week, or whatever it is. Review whatever that looks like for you. And I want you to review this. And now this is just one section. Right? This is one section of this is looking specifically at your why. But, I've gone on to do a few more around how I'm making new connections, presenting and promoting myself, mechanics, how I'm working in my business or on my business, not in my business, money, income goals, financial literacy, these are all different headings. And I'll write these down and I'll send them out if you want to get deeper and start to unlevel. I think at the moment, really focusing in on having real clarity and purpose around your why at this stage of the year is the most important time to be doing this kind of work. It's what are the reasons and excuses that are coming up for me in my world, and what are my I am statements, and how am I now going to take my I am statements into my present to be what moves me forwards towards my why and my wish. I think that this just landed so powerfully for me. Does anybody feel like they would love to read 4 or 5 of their reasons or excuses, and then read 4 or 5 of the I am statements? I just love that we can actually feel the difference in the two energies even of reading them. Does anybody want to put their hand up or just jump off mute and do it?
I will. I've only really got one big one that came up for me, which is quite strange, but I think it's been the biggest one for me. And the excuse is I just have to spend too much of my free time to actually do this, and actually talk to enough people and meet people. And, that's the biggest thing, is just I don't want to use up my free time to do this. But obviously I'll have to. So the ownership is I haven't fully dedicated myself and my time to actually realistically achieve what I want to achieve. And so my I am statement is I'm fully dedicated to commit my time into building my business and reach my goals. Which that was really my big one. I think that's really my big one actually.
Brilliant.
I wrote.
Sorry, go on.
No, I was going to say I had many other ones as well, but they all kind of still came into they're like, oh, I haven't met enough people. It's like, well, I haven't met enough people because I haven't put the time into it.
Yeah.
So, it's all gone into the time and sacrificing my time.
Yeah.
So
I would still write down all of the other things that came up as well, so that they're just there on paper, out of your head and just on. So, haven't met enough people. Haven't this, whatever, have that all chunked out and written, and then do those individual I ams for each one. But with that key one there that you're talking about, how does the difference in that circulation of language between the before and the I am statement, what does that make you feel? What's the difference in feeling there for you?
Like I'm willing to sacrifice the time in order to have more of the free time in the future. Like I don't want to sacrifice my free time now, but if I don't, I'm not going to get more free time. It's just saying I am dedicated to actually making that sacrifice now for a bigger purpose in the future, because otherwise it's not going to happen, is it?
Exciting.
I think that's the big thing. Yeah.
Boom. You got that in 48 minutes.
Yeah.
How awesome's that? And look at that regeneration now, a light bulb moment. Boom. Okay. Before this call, 48 minutes ago, I wasn't willing to give up my time, my hard-earned free time. I wasn't willing to give that up. But actually, now I've realized that if I don't, I'm never going to have any more of it. And the biggest thing that I value is time.
Yeah.
That's massive. Thanks for sharing, Nanya. Really cool. Good work. Love it. Let's have another one.
I've got one that landed quite powerfully for me. That's all right, everyone. I'm cutting my own head off because I haven't done the work on myself to know that I can be this successful, I don't have that much self-belief. So it's quite a big brain one. And then the flip was, I have a powerful money mindset and I'm spurred on by my continual success and growth. And I love, so juicy.
Goosebumps.
I know. And then my learning was that it wasn't really a learning, it was just more like a commitment to myself. I commit to doing at least one non-ISA personal development event a year, because I know that I thrive in that submersive culture.
Love it.
Yeah.
Did you say an I am off the back of that one?
So I am a badass. I don't know. I am. I have. So I'm a professional network marketer, and I know that my business is going to keep on growing when I develop myself.
Grow. Love. How does that feel now you've owned that?
Word of the day, juicy. Like so juicy. I just feel empowering. You know, like David said, you can't empower anybody. No, that was PK. You can't empower anybody else. You can only empower yourself. And that just feels like, I got like a hot fire under my butt. You know, it's a goodie. It's a juicy one.
That's a good one. That's really good. And guys, I really hope that you're all feeling that emotional difference between those two statements, because that for me, it just brought up so much. And to take that now through the rest of November into December, oh, that little snuggler climbing onto me, to take those kind of statements into November, December, that's the biggest time as we're regenerating ourselves for a whole new year. You know, there were so many times where I used to think, oh, just another new year. Just a new year, just a new year. You know, not the fact that this was a brand new 365 days to totally repave my future, to continue down the path of total regeneration of our futures. You know, it's not this monotonous year upon year upon year. Oh, that's another year gone. Tick, you know, one less year to live. Because basically that is how the world is in action, day in, day out, you know, all at the mercy of someone else's direction. And we've all chosen to repave our future, whatever that looks like, whether that means working one less day a week to have time, whether that is to completely leave our jobs altogether and have a massive residual income with Isagenix. It doesn't matter what it is, but we get to step into each new year fresh, energized, and we just get to take other people with us and also utilize this amazing ownership and total recreation of those words. So I hope that tool was as powerful for you guys as it was for me, and hearing some of those shares, I can see and hear that it already is, which is just fantastic, which is really exciting. So thanks for all playing full out in that and really taking that on. Just keep reviewing and reflecting on them, keep referring to them, keep choosing, okay, this is what's coming up for me. What am I doing about it to change that? What am I doing to cause the shift, to cause a difference in my business, in my life, in my growth, in my income, whatever it is? What am I doing personally to make a shift? There's enough people, even just on this call, there's enough people to reach out to say, hey, can I just have a conversation about my obstacle? Because my commitment is to check in, not to fester in my excuses and my reasons, but to check in, boldly announce my I am statement, and frickin' bust ass moving forwards and have fun, of course, because that's what we're all about, right? I saw all of you guys dancing away at UIA. I know how committed to fun you are. Well, I really hope that was a powerful one. Anybody that didn't catch this, who you think it would be of huge value to, just tag them. I'm going to post it in the team page. So I'll just stop the recording now.